mouth. Balls in your mouth. Balls in your mouth. Don't swim in the ocean. You'll get balls in your mouth. Balls in your mouth. Balls in your mouth. Don't swim in the ocean. You'll get balls in your mouth. Balls in your mouth. Balls in your mouth. Don't swim in the ocean. You'll get balls in your mouth. Balls in your mouth. Balls in your mouth. Swim in the ocean. You'll have balls in your mouth. Go ahead! Balls in your mouth. Balls in your mouth. Don't swim in the ocean. You'll get balls in your mouth. Balls in your mouth. Balls in your mouth. Don't swim in the ocean. You'll get balls in your mouth. Balls in your mouth. Balls in your mouth. You'll get balls in your mouth. Balls in your mouth. Balls in your mouth. Don't swim in the ocean. You'll get balls in your mouth. Balls in your mouth. Balls in your mouth. Don't swim in the ocean. You'll get balls in your mouth. Balls in your mouth. Balls in your mouth. Don't swim in the ocean. You'll get balls in your
What's up? BOOCHCAST fans, listeners across the internet radio waves. This is Vinny Bucci, aka the Booch, and this is that time again, once again, yet again for the BOOCHCAST. What is up, everybody? It is Monday, May the 16th, 2016. It is high noon, and we are live on Blog Talk Radio and YouTube. That's right. Got the YouTube stream running. Got the Blog Talk Radio stream running. Tune in to whichever one you like and get ready for fun and excitement, because 1 hour from now, today on the show is the day you see the title, Battle of the Shits. Today it is the Battle of the Shits. That's right. In 1 hour, we will see Gator Ricky Ross, who for the last couple of weeks has been calling into the BOOCHCAST and really becoming one of the most interesting callers we have ever had on this show. He has become a regular caller of the last couple of weeks, calling in, talking, having great things to say. This guy has made an impact and is about to make a bigger impact with the challenge he has issued in Battle of the Shits, because he will be taking on the executive producer of television for WWE, Kevin Dunn. That's right, Kevin Dunn. Someone who the WWE Universe is very familiar with, and the BOOCHCAST fans are very familiar with, because we have had Kevin Dunn call in quite a few times over the last year to give it to every time he feels the need to express a thought on something going on in the world of wrestling that he loves, that you are almost guaranteed to hate. Well, Kevin Dunn heard the challenge from Gator Ricky Ross. Kevin Dunn accepted the challenge, and today we will have the Battle of the Shits. So, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you right now, you're in for a hell of a show, but that will be at 1 o'clock. It is currently high noon, so while we wait for the competitors to show up, we will have plenty of other things to talk about at the top of the show. I'm also awaiting the arrival of my co-host, and Desmond. Still waiting on him to call in, but while I wait for him, I still got plenty of stuff that I'm willing to talk about at the top of the show today. let me just say I'm very, very excited for what we got planned this week. I had one hell of a crazy weekend. Actually, now that I think about it, I didn't really have much of a crazy weekend. My weekend was kind of lackadaisical. I'll be honest with you. I kind of just mostly was relaxing at home and watching a lot of TV. And then, of course, on Sunday, I went to work and the Punchline. I'll talk more about that in a minute. But one thing I did was I actually got an email from a friend of mine about this. There's a show on Fox called Laughs, which is a comedy show. It's like a comedy showcase show that showcases a bunch of comedians performing, and it's a stand-up comedy TV show. And I got word that they were looking for submissions. So I decided to send them an email and try to get on season 3 of Laughs. They've received the email. They're going over all the videos over the course of the next couple weeks, and hopefully I get picked. I'm very excited about the possibility of that happening because I had a friend, Jamie Ward, who's been on Laughs before, and he told me it was an incredible experience. It's great exposure, helps your career, and also allows you to take that, your stand-up comedy to the next level. And that's definitely something that I definitely want to do and have been taking a lot of steps to make that happen. I've had a lot of good things happen to me just in this past month alone with the World Series of Comedy, getting the chance to perform out in Tennessee, and also with Daytime Fighting League airing on adultswim.com every Thursday at 5 p.m. And the love and support and exposure I've been getting off of that has been incredible. So I'm definitely, looking to move on to that next level in my career. And so I sent the email. We'll see what happens. And I'm definitely excited for the possibility because I definitely feel like this is something that I'm ready for. And if I didn't think I was ready for this, I wouldn't have entered in, because I know that it takes a long time to get ready for a level like that, but I truly feel like I'm ready. I've been having consistently good sets on stage. I've been fine-tuning a lot of material, and I feel like I'm ready to be seen on a wider scale. And the only thing I was really concerned with was, they requested that you send in a 7 to 10 minute video. And I don't have any 7 to 10 minute videos. The only good video that I have to send in, and you can actually see it on my YouTube page, it's where I performed at the Atlanta Comedy Theater, is about 4 minutes and 28 seconds long, because they only give you that long to perform on stage. They really do. They don't give you much time to perform at the Atlanta Comedy Theater. You get like 3 to 4 minutes tops. And that's the case with a lot of comedy shows. Some will give you 5. That's about it. So I was concerned. So I emailed Jamie before I submitted everything, and I asked them, do you think they would be okay with this video, or would they reject it because it's under 7 minutes? And he told me, you'll be fine. They said that Steve Hofstetter, who is an incredible comic and I believe runs the show, he is looking for, he would rather see good quality undertime than bad quality overtime. Like he says that, because the reason they say 7 to 10 minutes is so they have jokes to pick and choose from that they like and can put. If you give them 4 minutes of an act, they usually look at the first 1 to 3 minutes anyway. As long as you give them 4 minutes and it's good, you should be okay. So, and Jamie's the one person I go to for advice on any of this, because A, he's one of the few comedian friends I have that have done stuff like this, and B, because Jamie is a good friend of mine, and I know he'll point me in the right direction. He'll help me get to that point. Like, he and I have been friends for many years, and he is someone I can trust to give me the right advice to get there. So once he gave me the advice, I sent an email. I submitted the tape, and I'm just waiting to see what happens. It's going to be interesting. It's an opportunity to be on TV and showcase my stand-up and come out to a taping. Because they tape in different clubs. So if there's one near me, or if it's in it, or if they happen to be taping in Atlanta, then that's convenient for me. I can just drive to wherever the club is. If it's like 1 or 2 states over, I'll make the drive. This is something that this is an opportunity that if it is presented to me, you can bet I'm going to take advantage of it, because this is an opportunity to once again build my career. And I definitely want to do that. I definitely want to take that next step. And I'm very confident that I can take that next step. I really am. So wish me luck, guys. Here's the hope that I get to be a part of season 3 of Laughs on Fox. Hopefully I'll get to perform. And hopefully my material will be well received by the people who watch it. And hopefully it can take my career to another level. And I'm hoping, I've already submitted everything. I've done all I can. The rest is up to them and up to God, pretty much. But in addition to that, after I submitted the season 3 to season 3 of Laughs, once I sent them my submission, I then decided, after that, I pretty much just sat back and chilled, basically, because I had a long week last week. I was pretty exhausted. So I pretty much just stayed home and watched TV. I saw Deadpool 3 times. I rented Deadpool on demand and watched it like 3 times over the weekend. Not in a row, but like over the course of the weekend. I'd seen Deadpool 3 times. It's an incredible movie. It's so funny, so entertaining, and Ryan Reynolds did a much better job with this than in Green Lantern. And I'm glad, and I hope that they make a reboot of the Green Lantern series, so somebody else can be known as Green Lantern besides Ryan Reynolds. I'm glad that Deadpool is going to be the superhero that relates to him the most. And I don't see Deadpool ever getting a reboot, because I don't think anybody could play that role better than Ryan Reynolds. And it would be interesting to see if they put Deadpool cameos in other films, if Ryan Reynolds would do it, or if they would try to get another actor to do it. Because I can tell you right now, anytime you're doing something involving Deadpool, you should have Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, because, like I said, I don't think anyone could play that role better than him. And it's an incredible movie. And I'm so glad it's finally out on DVD and Blu-ray for people to go out and check out. I don't really buy DVDs or Blu-rays anymore. I just rent on demand, and I would buy it if the cable bill was on my account, but it's not. So I'm not going to do that. But anyway, also, I did get a chance to binge watch another TV show, aside from Animaniacs, which I'm currently binge watching. There's 65 episodes in the first season, and I'm 60 episodes in. I'm on episode 60 right now, so I've got about 5 more before I move on to season 2. So be on the lookout for some Animaniacs talk, probably sometime this week. I should be done watching it by this week. But another show that I was watching was this interesting show that appeared on Stars that I've been hearing about. I've been seeing previews for, but definitely want to check out. And that is The Girlfriend Experience. This is a very interesting show, The Girlfriend Experience. Basically what it's about, it's a show about escorts. That's pretty much what it is. But it takes it to a whole nother level, because The Girlfriend Experience is a form of, it's a form of prostitution, but it's not at the same time. Basically, what The Girlfriend Experience is about is basically where, you're hanging out with a hooker, and you get to treat her basically like a girlfriend. And basically, it's a young attorney in training who's at an internship who leads a double life as a high-end sex worker. And she's basically, she's a law student in Chicago, an intern at one of the city's top firms, and a friend introduces her to the world of, being of the girlfriend experience, in which a greater level of intimacy and control sets it apart from traditional escort arrangements. Like, because most of the time, when you get a hooker, it's usually just, here's the money, you give her the money, you have sex, you leave, and that's it. There's not a lot of time for chit chat. You don't want chit chat, she don't want chit chat, you just do it. The girlfriend experience means you're being paid to pretty much, you have sex, not all the time, but other times it's just dinner, dancing. It's like you're having it's like you're paying to have a girlfriend. It's a whole nother level of intimacy that is different from most, escorts. And it's a very, very, very interesting and very fine line to walk. And then, basically her friend Avery was working as an escort and encourages her to tag along, and introduces her to a friend of hers who was looking for an escort. And then also there's also this woman she's like a pimp, but she's not, or I don't say pimp, like she's like a madam, but she's not, basically, because you don't work for her, you work with her, but she's like, she can direct clients to him. And basically she takes like 30% of the fee. And like, for example, like before Christine met her, she had one client on her own. So she said, fine, you can keep the money you get from that client, but any client you get through me, you get 30%, which sounds fair. So she basically agrees to do this because, instead of wasting time going online and finding clients are already coming to her and she's getting the money. And then eventually she finds out that the woman's a little shady, and then she leaves her, decides to go out on her own. Some of the clients that she got from her still see her and just pay her and still pay her all the money because they just think she's terrific. And for a while, she's leading this double life. And then things move out of control. Like, for example, like one of the bosses at her internship, she ends up having sex with him, and he doesn't know that she's an escort. And then eventually all this other crazy stuff starts happening. And then all of a sudden, a video of her having sex with one of her clients, like there's this guy having sex with me, he goes, yeah, it turns you on to get paid for sex, doesn't it? Say, and she goes, it turns me on. Now, of course, the voice is muffled, but someone hacks into her email account, and from her email address sends that video to everyone she knows. So in the process, she ends up getting fired from her job. Her mother won't speak to her. Her dad still will. The rest of her family still will, but her mother won't speak to her. She becomes a bitch throughout the whole thing, and just her whole life crumbles in front of her. Until during that time, she also uncovered a scandal at her law firm where she found out there are some people in cahoots trying to get a case thrown out and try to keep the money from a patent for themselves or something. But it's a major scandal that if it were to break out, it could bring down the entire firm. Well, what people don't know is Christine secretly records on her phone almost every conversation she's involved in or sees. So she has video of the scandal breaking down. She just doesn't know there's bigger people in play. Also, she notices that she records her having sex with her boss. And she decides to send that video to the higher-ups at Kirkland and Allen and gets that guy fired. But also is sending a lawsuit for sexual harassment and in a hostile work environment. And she ends up settling out of court for some high level, I think they got $1 or $2 million, and she ends up winning. But then after that, she decides to drop out of law school and just go full-time into the world of high-end escort girlfriend experience. Although some people actually said, you could start your own practice if she wanted to. But so now the first season, I think, is done because they had 13 episodes. But from what I saw in this video, in this show, like, the acting is amazing. The storylines are crazy. It's not all escort stuff. There are sex scenes, but they're all done in a tasteful way. They're not like the kind you see on late night Cinemax or something like that. They're actually done well. And because it shows, it's done in an intimate kind of way. And a lot of times it's an interesting way of looking at the escort service. And it shows you things, just how things are done in a completely different way. And of course, over time, she has clients that become obsessed with her, become crazy with her. A lot of times they want to negotiate, like, after she sees them for a while, they want to negotiate. Can you lower a rate? Like, she says no, but she says we'll work something out, like, if she really likes the person, because a lot of times these escorts, they get regulars. Guys they see more than once. It's not always a new guy all the time. Sometimes they see a guy once and they never see him again. Or sometimes they see each other a little less if the money's too steep. Like, I know that's how I would be. I remember one time, like, I went to a massage, like, when I went to a massage parlor and there were happy endings involved. I went there, I had a great time. It cost me a little bit of money, but I had the money to spend. And they were saying, hey, when will I see you again? I'm like, I have no idea. Sometimes it'll be another 3-4 months before I go back there. Why? Because I ain't got the money to come in once a week or every day. I'm looking at this lady like, you must be crazy. I am not that rich. And that's what I had to figure out. It's like, holy shit, I now understand, why it's mostly rich people that do this, because they got the money to throw around. But I will say the Girlfriend Experience overall is a great show, and I highly recommend you guys check it out. It's on Stars. It's also available on demand. They got all 13 episodes. They dive into, like, recaps of the show to help you understand the characters, and it's just a great watch. Regardless of how you feel about escorts, this is just a great, great dramatic show. And at first I thought it was just going to be a show about sex that I would be masturbating to. But instead it ended up being a story that I was so enthralled in, I didn't even masturbate during the show. I was so ingrained in this story. I mean, I did eventually masturbate later. I put on a show that had more hardcore sex and took care of that, but that's another story. My point is, the story itself is actually amazing. It's a very well done show, and I think you guys should check it out. And then, of course, last night, Sunday night, I got a chance to go out to the Punchline and perform again. I hadn't been to the Punchline in 2 weeks. It's been a couple weeks since I've been to the Punchline, mostly because May 1st was WWE Payback. So I was here at home watching Payback so I could, live tweet during the show and also watch so I could be ready to recap the show the following Monday. Although, like I said before, after watching Payback, I would have preferred to just go to I should have just gone to the Punchline, performed, and then watched it later. But for some reason, I chose to stay home. And then, of course, last Sunday was Mother's Day, which was also why I didn't go out to the Punchline. Also, when I came home on Mother's Day, I was so exhausted from work, from all the work I did at my day job, and from all the work that I did at, cleaning up the house. I just passed out when I came home. I was asleep. I was out. I came home. I took a shower. I took a shower, and then I just went straight to bed. So I wasn't leaving the house on Mother's Day. So so last night, I got to go to the Punchline, went up on stage, and I was very, very excited about my set. It was an intimate room. It was mostly just a room full of comics. There wasn't a lot of audience members that came out to the show, but it was okay because I still got to work out some new material that I wanted to do, some of which I was saying for the first time. Of course, it was a wrestling filled set this time around, which is pretty cool. I opened up about the WWE necklace because that always gets a good laugh up top, and I want to do that. I then talked about I did some jokes about Daytime Fighting League, which went over well. And I only talked about, mostly I talked about, my first match and the fact that I'm wrestling a girl in the next match, because that's all that's been shown on Daytime Fighting League. And like I said, I'm not going to reveal or talk about anything else because I'm not giving anything away for legal reasons. So I'm respecting that. But I just talked about the things I can talk about on stage. That's what I did. The things I can talk about, I already did. I did some bits. I mixed it in with that. I also mixed it in with regular guys stuff. And it was a new joke. I fine-tuned, and it went over very, very well. The joke went over very well. And then I closed it with the stripper wrestling joke, which I haven't told in years. It's been years since I told that joke. But I got it to work within the confines of the Daytime Fighting League bit, and the joke got laughs. Like, this joke, it got laughs. Like, the first time I told it was when I headlined the Sweetwater Bar and Grill 3 years ago. That was the first time I ever told that joke. And I had to, formulate it, get the set list down. It got laughs, but it still needed to be fine-tuned. I tried a second time at Bonkers. It did not go over well. And most of that's by my own doing. And also, I said I just hadn't told that joke in years, mostly because a lot of the places I've gone to have been relatively clean shows, and the stripper wrestling joke is very, very is a little edgy. It's not extremely edgy, but it's got some edginess to it. But the reason it works for me is because the story is based on truth. Because I talk about the stripper wrestling that I did 4 years ago for the regular guys when I did the stripper wrestling at the Gold Rush. That's the bit that I talk about. And I changed some things around to make it funnier, and it worked. It went over very well with the crowd. Everybody loved it. After the show, I got a chance to talk, network with a couple people, and then afterwards, Jerry Truman showed up, who I hadn't seen in a while. So I got to see Jerry's material. He did very well. After the show, we were kind of talking about what each of us could do differently with our material to fix things up, make things happen, get things on a better track. So we went to the Waffle House. We were kind of just eating, hanging out, and told some stories and had a really great time. And I got to be honest, it was great to see Jerry again. Because, for those of you who may not know, Jerry Truman used to be a co-host here on the BOOCHCAST. We used to do this show together back in the day. Sadly, Jerry's no longer affiliated with the show. He moved on to other things that he wanted to do. So since then, it was me alone for a while until Desmond and Elvis showed up, and they kind of came in and helped me run the ship, which is awesome. And so it was just great to see Jerry again. And time will tell when I see him again. I know this coming Sunday is going to be WWE Extreme Rules, so I don't know if we're going to be doing any small get-togethers for it or not. I do know that there will be no watch party for it, because like I said before, Elvis and I are both dealing with some issues right now. But once we get those issues settled, then we'll be able to find a new venue for the watch party. So it's not going to happen right away. So it's going to be a while. It's going to be a process, but we're going to try to get through that process as quick as we can. We're doing the best we can with the situations that we're both in. So we'll see what happens there. It's going to be a lot of fun, but if we do have a small get together, maybe Jerry will show up. I don't know, but overall, I had a pretty interesting, weekend. It was, like I said, it was kind of chill, laxing weekend, lax days ago, but like I said, I did submit for season 3 of Laughs, and hopefully I'll get on the show. And like I said, the Girlfriend Experience, check it out on Stars. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I see my co-host is finally on the line. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll just bring him to the show. He is a hibachi chef. He is a singer-songwriter. He has a great mind for wrestling. He'll be helping me moderate the Battle of the Shits, which will take place in about 30 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the BOOCHCAST, Desmond.
Hey, Vinny.
Hey, what's up, brother?
I'm getting my ass kicked in a video game right now. Remember how I told you I was getting on the same night that I got Deadpool, I got Uncharted 4.
Yes.
Well, I'm playing through this campaign right now, and I'm in one of those scenes that you hate. You know, where the bad guys just keep coming and coming and coming?
Yes.
Well, I tend to like these scenes, but I'm at a point where the guys who are shooting at me are in armored vehicles, and I'm running around the town wearing basic clothes and hoping that a grenade is going to blow up this armored vehicle, which it never does.
I never understood that. I never understood that in video games. Why the grenades never like you'll throw a grenade at something and it'll blow up so many things, but if you throw it at a tank or an armored car, it does nothing.
Because realistically, grenades don't destroy tanks and armored vehicles.
They really don't?
No. There are specific. You have to use a specific type of rocket that's powerful enough to destroy them, or armor breaching rounds.
Oh, I see. I did not know that.
That's the whole purpose of why they created tanks, because they wanted vehicles that you could run through. You could literally run through a battle with, and nobody stand a chance against you.
Yeah.
Until later they create technology that can destroy it. But
okay. But so they can they are they safe from landmines too?
For the most part, yes. But landmines actually aren't that extremely powerful. Like they can blow off your legs, sure, but it doesn't actually take a whole lot to destroy the human body.
True.
So, yeah, I'm getting my ass handed to me, and I don't like it.
Well, I see. Well, hopefully you'll be able to pull yourself out of that. So, I take it that your weekend's been spent trying to beat this level.
My weekend was spent working. I just now got to this level.
Oh, really? Okay.
I work all weekend. Come on now.
I know. I'm just saying. That's why I said maybe when you got done work, you were probably playing the game, and that maybe you were struggling with that level. I don't know.
Actually, I've been doing a lot of reading. I'm trying to finish this Aragon series. I'm on the third book out of 4 right now. So that's what I've actually been doing for the most part. But I come back to this game every so often. And I love the game. The graphics are fucking beautiful. I mean, the gameplay itself is smooth and easy to play. I love the game. But I just got to a point where I'm having trouble with this one level, and I mean, I only just got to this level, so I could die a few times and I'll be okay. A couple of motherfuckers later, and I'll be happy.
All right. So you seem to have a strategy, at least.
Yeah, pretty much shoot, die, shoot, die, and eventually I'll make my way through it.
Now, if you die, do those same people come back?
Yes.
Oh, crap.
Basically, I just got to learn. It was like, well, that didn't work. Try it a different way. Well, that didn't work either. Try it another way.
Well, at least you get multiple tries.
Yeah, I remember back when we were playing Mario, you had X amount of lives.
Yeah.
And then you ended up, if you failed, you died. That was it, period.
Yeah, if you ran out of lives, it was game over.
There is no game over anymore in these video games. You keep playing until you beat the game.
It is
that's the coolest thing about this. Like people are like, these new games are so much harder than the old games. Yeah, but you don't ever run out of lives.
Exactly.
You can play for it.
It's like they made the games more challenging, but then threw us that one extra freebie. Like, you're not going to play game over and start all the way back at the beginning, which, you know, I don't mean to sound like an old timer, but kids today will never understand that. What it was like to die and go all the way back to the beginning of the game as if everything you did meant nothing.
Yeah. They really just don't understand. I mean, come on.
I know, like...
you know how many times I had to play through Sonic the Hedgehog before I finally beat them?
Which one?
The original.
The first one?
Yes.
That's the toughest one.
Look, I love Sonic and Knuckles, but the original Sonic was a bitch.
Oh, yeah. At least number 2 was a lot more fun and challenging. The first one was like... The first one I think was too bland. Something was off about it. I don't know.
I mean, it was the first attempt at the game, and I loved it. There were certain things that you couldn't do in in the first one, you couldn't hold down and get Sonic to just spin really, really fast. The only way to get him to spin was to run and then hit down to make him spin.
Yeah, I hated that. Now I remember. That was the part I hated.
Because you probably played the second one and didn't know better.
And it's like, all right, we corrected that now. And it was cool. You just kept tapping A, and you're just like spinning around really, really fast. And like I remember one time, just for the hell of it, I was playing. I just kept tapping A for like 5 minutes straight. Just when I let go, as soon as I let go, I had never seen anything go faster in my life.
At one point, you realize you can only go so fast, you wasted time.
Yes. That frustrated me when it didn't go as far as I thought it would. And I remember just like I was playing like I talked a few weeks ago about getting Star Fox Zero for the Wii U, and the weird thing was the saving progress was so different from when I played Star Fox on Nintendo 64. Like, I remember if I wanted to go to every single planet, I went one route, then I had to restart the game, go the other way. Like, there was no selections or anything like that. Like, now with Star Fox Zero, I was like, literally, I could select the planet, start there, and finish the travel. Like, the gameplay data just confused the hell out of me. Like, I was mesmerized by that.
Yeah, in the old games, you had to go. It was like there was no such thing as an open world in a lot of those old games.
Yeah, open world. That's the word I was looking for.
You had to go level by fucking level, and just hope it worked out the way you wanted it to.
Yes, it was insane. Like that. I mean, that was amazing. Like I think it was when I played Tomb Raider that I came to that realization that wait a minute, there's no game over. That was when I realized it. Like. Because I was looking for because after like 5 times that I died, I kept looking for a life meter. Like, okay, how many more times am I gonna die before I have to go all the way back to the beginning? And then I realized I just go all the way back to the beginning of this stage. That was it. Like, that's all that happens. And I'm like,
it's like you don't go back to the beginning of anything. Now it's just checkpoint.
Yeah, and
God damn it.
To be honest, that's what made me tolerate that game for as long as I did. If it didn't have that checkpoint thing, I'd have quit. I would have quit that game a lot sooner.
Well, that's how all the games are. And like I said, I never understood it. It's like people who can't play these games. The pure truth is the only reason you can't play them is because you're too lazy to try. These games are easy. I mean, people, because let's be honest here, the really old games, you never beat the old games. Think about it. You got Tetris. At no point do you win at Tetris. The game just gets harder and harder until you lose.
That is true. I've never seen a final level of Tetris.
And the same thing goes for Pac-Man. It just gets faster and faster until you lose.
And then whatever your score is, they just tally that up. And then you get to enter your initials. And then if you were number 1, everybody tried to beat you.
Yep, that was it.
And I didn't even realize that till just this moment. That is so how true that is.
You know, nowadays you have a goal now, and it's not just don't die.
That's just step 1.
I think that's okay, there we go.
I see everything's going okay?
Yeah, I made it past the part I was stuck at. Now I'm in a driving level.
Alrighty.
I'm a bitch.
Alright, ladies.
I took a shortcut.
Shortcut?
I am riding a fucking 4x4 fucking, you know those Jeeps that you see in all the safari shit?
Yeah.
I'm driving one of those, and I was just riding on top of people's roofs.
You're riding on top of the roof of houses. Awesome. Are there any people sticking their heads out the windows concerned?
I'm driving too fast to notice.
Okay, so who exactly is chasing you in this game, or who are you chasing after?
I'm part of a party that's trying to find the greatest pirate treasure.
Okay.
Basically, the entire series, Uncharted, is about a guy who is constantly looking for the big find. At one point, he was looking for El Dorado. At one point, he was looking for Shangri-La. All right?
Okay.
We're talking these massive fucking finds, historical finds. Well, now he's looking for the world's greatest pirate treasure. And the opposing treasure hunter employed mercenaries to make sure that they are the only ones who see this goddamn treasure. military fucking army is trying to kill me.
Okay.
That about sums it up.
I see. So that's one heck of an adventure game.
God damn it. And luckily enough for me, no matter what I do, I can never flip over this vehicle.
I guess it's one of those stationary things they don't let you do in the game.
Because I'll be honest with you, with how I'm driving in this thing, I would have flipped over many a time. Ow. I just hit a wall.
I see. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is now the time is now 12:47. We've got 13 minutes until the Battle of the Shits. Desmond and I have our questions prepared. We've gone over them to make sure we did not copy each other's questions. And while we wait for that, I got a couple of wrestling articles up here that we'll talk about real quick. I got plenty of other wrestling articles that we'll discuss a little later on in the show after the Battle of the Shits. But this is one quick thing that people have been talking about for a while. And that is, of course, I have an article here, an update on when Bray Wyatt is expected to return to action. Brian Alvarez noted on Wrestling Observer on Wednesday that Bray Wyatt will be out of action for 6 to 8 weeks. Wyatt suffered a calf injury back on April 14th during his match with Roman Reigns in Milan, Italy. The original plans for Payback were for the Wyatts to wrestle League of Nations, but those plans and League of Nations stable itself were scrapped as a result of Bray's injury. Eric Rowan and Braun Strowman haven't appeared on TV since the injury.
Well, something you wanted to you mentioned. You're talking about when Bray's coming back. Well, from what I was reading, we're going to have 4 major returns within the next 4 weeks.
Okay.
We've got John Cena coming back.
Yes.
Seth Rollins is supposed to be coming back. John Cena, Seth Rollins, Bray Wyatt, and I do believe the 4th one was Randy Orton.
Yes. Right now we got it says here that obviously John Cena's coming back Memorial Day. That'll be John Cena's return. Seth Rollins is scheduled to come back in early June after Temple finishes filming. So apparently while he was during his recovery, he was also filming a movie for WWE Studios. So once that's done, he should be back in early June.
Well, from what I was reading, Vince McMahon straight up said that Seth Rollins will return within the next 4 weeks.
Yes. It actually just came out. It says here, sources with WWE indicate that Seth Rollins is scheduled to return to television the week of June 6th. And it says here, the former WWE World Heavyweight Champion, I really hate saying those words, has been doing CrossFit classes in recent weeks, an indication that his return was imminent. We can confirm Rollins was training at the WWE Performance Center last week. He's been out of action since November when he underwent reconstruction surgery on his knee. And even John Cena wrote a tweet about it saying, I have done my best to return to WWE as fast as I can, but I hope people understand just how amazing at WWE Rollins' recovery is. Hashtag respect, hashtag GG, whatever the fuck that means.
I don't know. God damn it, stop falling. What the fuck? Die. I win. Anywho. I'm gonna put the controller down.
Okay.
All right. Anywho, so yeah, I don't know. Rollins, he had what? It was an ankle injury, wasn't it?
No. Seth's injury was a knee. His knee.
Yeah, it was like. Oh, anywho, but yeah, I was like, he's been out. It's like he hasn't been out that horribly long. I mean, we've seen people out for years for shit. I mean, come on.
Yeah. He got injured sometime in like November, I think, was because he was supposed to go to the Survivor Series, but injured his knee.
Well, regardless, I'm glad to see it. I was definitely glad to see it coming back because we need more. We need another top player coming up. I mean, it's with all the injuries we've had in WWE as of late, we need as much talent coming back as we can get.
Absolutely, and it'll be intriguing to see what direction Seth Rollins goes. If they make him a heel, if they keep him as a heel, and if they keep him as a heel or make him a babyface or wherever direction Seth Rollins chooses to go, we'll find out, once he returns. But earlier, I was talking about Bray Wyatt and his impending return, and there's one thing I want to talk about in terms of Bray Wyatt, and this is something funny. I found this online. I showed this to Desmond a while back. I think I showed this to Desmond. I'm not sure. No, I did. I sent it to him, I think. I definitely sent it to as many friends as I have, and there's a show on the WWE Network. For those of you who may not know, it's the Edge and Christian show that totally reeks of awesomeness. And Edge and Christian they have one of the best shows on the planet because in terms of wrestling, not only do they break the fourth wall, it's a show that practically caters to the IWC and makes fun of them a lot. Like, they go outside of the WWE universe so much. It's funny. Like, the kind of shit you would never expect WWE to even remotely bring up happens on the Edge and Christian show. Like, they get so much freedom with this TV show. It's insane. It is not watered down at all. At all. Like, I don't know how Edge and Christian were able to pull that deal off, but they did. And there's one segment where they do this skit where Edge and Christian are camping. Like, they have a tent and sleeping bags, but they're not outside. They're in this random, like, room they're staying in. And they got pajamas on, and they're trying to be funny, and they were talking about, they wanted to have a real, camping experience, being in the woods, having a campfire, telling stories. And it's like, something about, I wish somebody would come and tell us a story. Then all of a sudden you hear that, boom, and Bray Wyatt shows up in a just pops up out of nowhere. He's in a rocking chair with Eric Rowan and Braun Strowman behind him in sheep masks. And Bray Wyatt, I shit you not, tells a bedtime story to Edge and Christian. Now, in case any of you out there think that this is a burial to Bray Wyatt, or if this fucks up his mystique in any way, or if you feel like this is what Bray Wyatt's been reduced to, watch this. No, listen to this clip and check it out.
I heard y'all wanted to hear a bedtime story. Yeah, well, sure. So you're in luck. Because I happen to have here Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Once upon a time, there lived a little girl named Goldilocks. And she was a wicked, wicked child who spat and swore snore and chew tobacco. One day, she decided to go for a walk in the woods. And on her walk, she came across the house of the three little bears. A lavish mansion with a garden full of bonsai trees and a 1952 Cadillac DeVille in the driveway. Because bears have class. And so, Goldilocks went inside the house, and there she found 3 bowls of porridge cooling on the table. Goldilocks didn't care about the 3 bears. She didn't care that she was committing felony trespass, so she ate the food. She ate it all, like a pig. And then she banged out a deuce and went upstairs to take a nap. And as she lay sleeping, the 3 bears returned from their walk and found that all of their food had been eaten. So Mama Bear went upstairs, and there she found Goldilocks passed out in a cloud of farts and cigarette smoke. Oh, Mama Bear did not like that one bit, no. And so she grabbed those golden locks and she dragged her ungrateful ass downstairs, stood her up in front of the sink and said, Goldilocks, you are going to make us some fresh porridge. And you are going to do a good job or I will take you out in the yard, rip you open, strangle you with your own intestines, and nail your soul to a tree. The end. Oh, that was unsatisfying.
Well, Edge, speak for yourself, because that's probably the funniest version of Goldilocks and the 3 Bears I've ever heard.
I loved it.
And it was great. Like, that's Bray Wyatt right there. Like, I remember, like, I'm sitting there going, like, I have Goldilocks and the 3 Bears. And I'm like, where the hell is this going? I actually thought Bray Wyatt in a creepy voice was going to tell the real story. But as soon as he said Goldilocks was a wicked, wicked child who spat and swore and chewed tobacco, I'm like, oh crap, this is going to be good. Okay.
Yeah. I'm just sitting here thinking, can you imagine Bray Wyatt telling you a bedtime story every night and twisting them all? Starting with, obviously we've got Goldilocks and the 3 Bears, but Little Red Riding Hood.
That would be good.
Taking Jack and the Beast.
All right, well, Desmond's call just dropped off, Skype incident, so we'll see him call back in. But that would be funny, like if he did something about Little Red Riding Hood or Jack and the Beanstalk, or hell, I would love to see him. I would love to see Bray Wyatt do the 3 Little Pigs. That would just be amazing. Like, I could see that. Like, once upon a time, there was a Little Red Riding Hood. And she was an evil slut who sold her goodies out of a brown weaved bag. Out of a weaved basket. And one night, she was strolling through the woods on her way to Grandma's house. All of a sudden, the wolf came by and told Little Red Riding Hood, I will give you $100 for the goodies in your basket, or something like that. I don't know where I'm going to go with this. Like, I don't really have a plan for that in my head, but I do something similar to that. I think would be hilarious and funny. And Desmond, welcome back.
Yeah. Yeah, damn. Whew. Okay, stretchy. Anywho. Yeah, I don't know how he would twist them, but it just, you can't go wrong with that. With first off, twisted bedtime stories are always fun to begin with. Especially with the fact that it's already twisted from the original versions. The original versions of these bedtime stories were all fucked up.
in their own unique way. Yes, that's very true. So I guess, but I think it's because it's like some of those stories you learn like briefly, but this one was actually like even more sick and twisted than the Grimm brothers. And when you can get more sick and twisted than the Grimm brothers, you deserve a prize.
This was nowhere near as sick and twisted as the Grimm brothers. Let's be honest here.
Very true. Very true. But it's the most twisted version I've heard in a while.
Have you ever heard the original version of the Grimm brothers stories?
Yes. They make you look. You can't watch the Disney versions ever again after you read that book. After you read the book, their book.
Yeah, it's insanity. Absolute freaking insanity.
Yes, and now, of course, we are at the 1 o'clock hour. However, we are still waiting on the competitors to call into the show. So while we wait for them, we'll move on to the next topic here that I got. And this is something that people have been talking about for a few weeks now. I've talked about it briefly on a couple of shows, but we can now talk about it big time here. And that is, of course, Eric Young debuts in NXT. That's right. Former TNA World Champion Eric Young made his NXT debut at the beginning of this month at Full Sail University in Orlando, Florida. He confronted NXT champion Samoa Joe in the opening segment of the evening. And there is currently an interview that has aired of Eric Young talking about being involved in NXT, and he had a promo on Samoa Joe. They had a one-on-one match in the main event. Samoa Joe ended up winning, which I was not too happy about, but I'll talk about that in a minute. But right now, this is Eric Young talking about his experience and how excited he is to be in NXT.
Kathy Kelly here at Full Sail University, and Twitter just went crazy with the announcement of my guest at this time, Eric Young. And Eric, what can we expect from you here at NXT?
Everyone strives to be the best. You want to get yourself against the best. Prove yourself against the best. There's no doubt in my mind or anyone's mind, the best are here. The best are in the NXT. The best are in the WWE Universe. And now I'm here. I'm here to prove myself, prove that I belong. The cream, it always rises to the top. You're looking at a world-class man, a world-class professional wrestler, a world-class athlete, and a world-class maniac. And I'll prove that time and time again.
Well, you've had an incredible career, so what does it mean to finally be here at NXT?
This means the world. This is where I belong. This is where I've always wanted to be. If you want to be the best, you want to make a name for yourself, you want to prove yourself, this is where it happens. And I'm going to do just that.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Showtime Eric Young is in NXT.
Yeah. It's getting to the point where TNA has lost any traction. They are going down, down.
True.
And all the TNA roster is coming up with WWE.
Yeah. Especially when they're all saying, this is where I've always wanted to be. Like, that's got to sting a little bit to Dixie Carter.
I just want to see, and like it's funny. I always find it funny because everybody bashed TNA for taking all WWE stars. Now WWE's doing the exact same thing back from TNA,
and the fans seem to be okay with it.
Yeah, absolutely. course, WWE's not just throwing TNA superstars and all of their stars in world championship situations. I mean, yeah, we've got fucking AJ Styles, but otherwise,
yeah. And they got Samoa Joe as the NXT champion. Eric Young showing up. Austin Aries is there, and now there's rumors that Bobby Roode's coming in soon.
It's gonna happen when they're fully assimilated, and we're just gonna have one hell of a show with the best in the world.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's gonna be awesome, and of course, Eric Young has they're talking about, you know, he talked briefly about his contract status and everything. He says right now they're working on the contract. They're negotiating right now, but there isn't a final pen to paper yet. So
yeah, and there's always going to be talks. Let's be honest now. It's just like there's always been talks between Kurt Angle and WWE about him coming back. I mean, it's going to continue to change.
Yeah.
Whether the question, whether or not there's that final pen to paper is all that really matters.
And apparently, like, one of the main reasons, like they said, was that, you know, he left TNA because he asked for a raise and he was denied. And then, of course, there was a report that came out claiming that the two of them were owed over 6 figures by TNA at the time they left the company, which I don't know if that report is true or not. But obviously, you know, Eric Young is currently in NXT. He's expected to sign a contract, but until he puts that final pen to paper, I guess they can't really go forward too much with him. I mean, that's what happened with James Storm. He showed up in NXT but then eventually decided to go back, but then changed his mind and went back to TNA. So time will tell if hopefully Eric Young doesn't do the same thing. But one thing about this has really been bugging me was the fact that when Eric Young fought Samoa Joe, Eric Young not only lost his first NXT match, I think tapping out really hurt Eric Young, in my opinion. I thought that was the dumbest thing they could have done with Eric Young. At least have Samoa Joe choke him out. I would have taken that. Like, Eric Young passes out. I would have accepted that, maybe. But for him to tap out in his first match, I feel like that's gonna hurt Eric Young in the long run.
Perhaps, but at the same time, it depends on what they decide they want to do with the character. They could make it. They could make it work. I mean, so if they're going to make this more and more like the fights are more realistic in any sense, and they are just fighting to live another day. If he's like, you know what, yeah, I tapped out because I want to be back. Because it's better to lose one match than to not have a career next week. You know, he can play it off and make it work.
Yeah, I suppose, but I think, like I said before, I think the fact that there's no contract, the fact that he hasn't officially signed a contract, could be the reason they didn't let him win the first match. I think they want to wait till there's a final pen to paper before they give him a winning streak.
I guess truly, this is one of those times where truly only time will be able to tell.
Yeah, we say that a lot, but it makes the most sense here. And of course, we're still awaiting the arrival of our competitors. So while we wait for them, let's see if we can. We got another article here we can talk about. And this is another big thing that's been circulating the internet. Thursday and Friday, I've had separate callers definitely wanting my opinion on the situation. I kept whatever opinions I had short, sweet, and to the point. So we talk about it more here on Monday. And, of course, we're talking about Adam Rose is circulating the internet. As we all know, Adam Rose was arrested. A few days ago in Florida, and he was charged with tampering with evidence and battery domestic violence. And as we all know, Adam Rose is currently serving the 60-day suspension for the violation of the drug policy. But apparently, I'm trying to get an update here. Apparently, what happened with Adam Rose was that apparently he and his wife had gotten into an argument. Adam Rose grabbed her face and then just started yelling. He didn't punch, kick, or anything. Just grabbed her face and was yelling. And then as she went to call the police, he took away the phone, which was the tampering with a witness. And here's the interesting thing. The battery domestic violence, this is in Florida, was a misdemeanor charge. But the taking away the phone, the tampering with the witness, was a felony charge, and that's ultimately what got Adam Rose arrested. And I have a clip from him at a court hearing. He's due back in court next month to answer the charges. But anyway, here's a clip from TMZ of Adam Rose going to court.
When I came flying out of the room, he grabbed me by my face and was like trying to tell me, what the argument was about. That's pretty much what happened. They asked me if he had hurt me, if there was bruises, marks, and I told them no. They even took pictures for no reason. There was no pain.
Evidently, Judge, he has seen his pastor, and how many times has he seen him?
He's seen him 3 times. He's on once, and then 2 Bible study, or it's a men's group. Yes, sir. The first meeting was before, when he met him for the first time, and then the men's group happened after the incident that occurred in March.
Here's what I'm going to do, Mr. LaPont. I can see the pain that this situation is causing your wife. I don't know how it's affecting your children. And I know if you have a special needs child, that's a tremendous responsibility. But it's one as a parent that you have to handle in an appropriate way. And the spouses have to be unified in their willingness to address those situations. And what's happening here is not an appropriate way for that to be done. With that said, I'm going to grant the request and allow or impose a no violent contact order. I do want that contingent upon you having weekly counseling classes with your pastor. I'm going to reset this case in a couple of weeks. I want you to present written evidence to me, a letter, a note, or the personal appearance of that pastor to come to court and let me know that you're at least engaged in those weekly meetings. That's the bond. No violent contact, no acts of violence or threats of acts of violence against her in the future. Do you understand that?
I do, sir. Thank you.
All right. There's 2 counts. All right. The tampering, I'll set 500 on that then. So total bond will be 1,000.
Okay, so that gives us some interesting insight into the story, and obviously Adam Rose is out on a $1,000 bond, and like they said, next month he will go to court to answer all the charges.
It's interesting because, truth be told, this is not. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, he didn't try to hurt her. As far as we can tell.
Yeah.
He simply follow. You know, he grabbed her. By the sound of it, it's more like along the lines of trying to make her listen more than anything.
Yeah, that's kind of the vibe that I got. Like, and in no way, shape, or form are either one of us saying that was the right thing to do. What we are saying is that
no, absolutely.
Yeah, that's a little disclaimer I'm trying to get to the
It's not
audience.
it's just not as bad as it sounded originally.
Yeah, it's not.
You know,
There's been domestic violence cases that have gone way worse than that. Like you said, there's no bruises, there's no marks. She was not hurt. She was not, physically hurt. She wasn't like in the hospital or anything. It was just a grabbing of the face, which is probably why that was labeled as a misdemeanor. But the biggest issue was the taking away of the phone, because apparently it's a felony when you prevent somebody from trying to call the police. And as of right now, WWE has issued a statement. They have said that Adam Rose is now, instead of being suspended for 60 days, he is now suspended indefinitely. So even after that 60-day expires, he'll still be on suspension until this court date takes place. Because, as we all know, WWE has a rule with domestic violence. Basically, if you're arrested and charged with it, you are suspended. And if Adam Rose goes to court and he's found not guilty and he gets to walk free, then WWE has the option to reinstate Adam Rose. He'll be able to come back to work and possibly rejoin the social outcasts, assuming they're still around at the time he comes back. Or if he is found guilty, then Adam Rose is done. That's the policy. If you're found guilty of domestic violence, if you're convicted, then Adam Rose will officially be fired by WWE. But if he is found not guilty, if there's no conviction, then at some point we will see Adam Rose return to the ring.
Yeah, and this is not. All as said, once again, we got to say that we're not condoning what he did, but this would be a really bullshit type of reason to get fired. He didn't do anything to seriously hurt anybody.
Yeah, because here's the thing. According to the law, it's labeled as domestic violence because he physically did put his hands on his wife. He just did not. It's just he did it in a way that's not as violent as other cases. There was no punching, there was no kicking, there was no choking or slamming against the wall. All he did was grab her face and say, "Listen." All right, I'm assuming he said "listen." I don't know what he said, but I just know they got into a heated argument. Although I will say the pastor thing kind of bugged me for a second. I don't know why, but it's like he's been meeting with his pastor. I'm like, what the hell has that got to do with it?
Well, because that help you in a lot of cases. If you're having problems and if you're going to somebody for counsel, and pastors count for counsel, then it helps your case as far as saying, look, he is making an effort to do things better.
Okay, because I didn't know that a pastor counted as counseling. I didn't know that. So that's why I was kind of like, he's been to see his pastor. I'm like, oh, crap, here comes the religious thing again. But that actually makes sense.
No.
That I can go with.
Yeah, it's not a matter of, it's like, now, if he's ordered to go to court ordered counseling, the pastor wouldn't count for that. But as far as he's trying to make things better and fix the problem, he's making an effort.
Yeah.
That's what he was going for.
And here's the other thing that I look at as well, and I believe this in all any domestic violence case. Obviously, his wife understands that there was a misunderstanding, because she's there, pleading with the judge on his behalf not to send him to jail. So obviously, even she knows.
He didn't hurt.
Yeah, it's like
it'd be one thing if he did hit her, left marks to prove that something happened. You know, their family like that deserves prison time and deserves to never be able to see their family again. But this is not one of those cases.
Yeah. It's like it is a misdemeanor incident, technically, and he, you know, obviously his wife understands there was a misunderstanding, and if she's willing to forgive, I'm willing to forgive. That's how I look at it. So hopefully the case gets settled and Adam Rose can come back to the ring, and hopefully something like this will never happen again.
Yeah, I always hate how domestic violence stops being a civil suit and actually becomes a state issue. Because if it's a civil suit, then the plaintiff can just drop the charge and it's over. But when it's a state incident, it doesn't matter what the plaintiff says. It doesn't matter what the victim says.
Yeah. You know, like that's always been my belief. If they can work it out, let them work it out. There's no point in getting involved because the state might have some other personal agenda or message they want to send.
It's just, it's stupid.
It is.
The state should be, now, if they wanted to drop if they dropped the tampering with a witness charge, if they dropped the domestic violence charge, but left the tampering charge because that he did do, then I can understand that.
Yeah, because that's a felony charge. They can't throw that away. He's got to go to court for that.
Well, I mean, they could, but he was guilty of that, and that's not a civil thing. That is actually that is a state issue. That's not something that happened between, you know what I mean?
Yes.
That's different. But as far as domestic violence, if there are no physical, there's no physical damage, there's nothing, nobody actually got hurt, he wasn't about to beat the shit out of her, then I see no issue why the state should take charge.
Absolutely. I agree. And ladies and gentlemen, our competitors are on the line. So we're going to take a short break here. And when we come back, the Battle of the Shits will commence here on the BOOCHCAST. So we will be back right after this.
gonna be alright. I have to make it on my own. Every step along the way, people try and bring you down. Trying to find my new home. People come and people go. Only one thing that stays true. In the end, we all will die. But how you live is up to you. Oh, it surely be a hard one. But at least our hands on first. Made mistakes, I'm in my good times. In the end, what's done is done. All alone tonight. Yeah, I'm walking all alone. Yeah, I'm gonna be alright. I can make it on my own. Every step along the way, people try and bring you down. On the road tonight, trying to find my new hometown. On the road tonight, trying to find my new hometown.
Hello and welcome back to the BOOCHCAST. During the break, we played the song New Hometown, written by the one and only Mr. Desmond Dagenhart. And if you want to find out more about Desmond and his music, you can go to facebook.com/Desmond Dagenhart, DesmondDagenhart. Click the like button. Follow his videos, follow his progress, support his music. And, of course, if you have any song requests, in addition to his original songs, Desmond also does cover songs. You got a song Desmond would like to cover? You would like to see Desmond cover? Send it to him. He'll make a video, and he'll post it to his Facebook page. You can follow the progress. Also, be on the lookout for some more Desmond videos coming out in the future. I know Desmond in the past said he's got a couple he's looking to upload. I don't know the exact date on when they're going to be uploaded, but be on the lookout for them coming out in a later date, and be on the lookout for them to be heard later on the BOOCHCAST. So, of course, I just want to send a special shout-out out there. Make sure you support Desmond Dagenhart and his music. Also, make sure you keep sending thoughts and prayers his way in the hopes that he gets that full-time restaurant music gig that he talked about a while back. Also, New Hometown is the theme song to the Derek Shapiro movie Walking, which will be coming out Wednesday, June the 1st at midnight on movieinternetchannel.yolosite.com, as well as the Movie Internet Channel YouTube channel. Make sure you check it out. It's one hell of a great movie, one of the most dramatic pieces Derek Shapiro has ever done. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to commence with the Battle of the Shits. Before we do, let's make sure everything's ready. Desmond, you there?
I'm here.
You got your questions ready?
Oh, of course.
All righty. In that case, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for one of the most epic battles in internet radio history. Welcome to the main event of the evening. Tonight, two of the most bizarre individuals to ever call into this show will do battle in wrestling trivia. So, for the hundreds tuning in live, for the 10 people tuning in live, for the hundreds listening in the archives, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! And introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner from Stamford, Connecticut, weighing in at 185 pounds, known the world over as the most hated man in all of professional wrestling, a man who believes sports entertainment is the way of the future. He is the highest paid man in his corporate company. He is the reigning WWE executive producer of television, Kevin Dunn.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. That's right, motherfuckers. I'm back. What the fuck did we listen to when we first came to break? That was garbage. What the fuck was that? That was bullshit.
That was original songs by the co-host.
That was an original piece I wrote too when I was on the toilet just 2 hours ago. It was god awful.
I see.
Come back home. Why don't you come back to my toilet? That was horrible. That was garbage. Oh god, that was horrible.
I see. All right. Well, and now, ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of the red corner from the backwoods of Virginia, weighing in at a staggering 175 pounds, he is an announcer and commentator for Southside Professional Wrestling. He is a man that's not afraid to go fishing with dynamite and is a man who's not afraid to speak his mind. He is also the host of the Dead Air Nation podcast that airs Sundays at 8 p.m. on Blog Talk Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Gator Ricky Ross.
Gator Ricky Ross from Moccasin Creek, Louisiana. I live in Virginia, but I'm from Moccasin Creek, Louisiana. Get your shit straight, and I weigh 215 pounds.
You fat fuck.
Well, I was being generous.
Okay, look. But here's what I gotta say. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I got a story for Mr. Dunn. All right, here's my story. Once back in the woods, there was a fella walking in the woods, and he come up on this big 12-foot alligator, and he poked him with a stick, and the alligator ripped his intestines out, choked him with it, ate him up like a bird does, spat it in his mouth, and he choked on his intestines and died. That's what happened to that.
You're kind of an idiot because alligators can't tie intestines together with their hands, you fucking moron. Get your shit straight. Learn about reality because I am reality. You're just a fake person.
Ring the bell. Ring the bell. Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
Ring the fucking bell.
All right.
My bitch.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let the battle of the shits begin. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, question number 1. We're going to do a little bit of a warm-up. This is kind of a warm-up question. Who was Stone Cold Steve Austin's very first WrestleMania opponent?
Gator's mom.
The Rock.
Are those your final answers?
Shawn Michaels.
Okay. Were those your final answers?
Yeah,
Mine's Bret Hart. Bret Hart.
Okay, so we got Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels. And I am sorry, ladies and gentlemen. So far, the score is 0-0. The correct answer was Savio Vega at WrestleMania 12. All right.
Hey, don't talk shit to me, you little pussy. Don't talk shit to me. I'm gonna come over there and smack your mama and then do her in the back. Stop.
You said it last week. Let's be more original than that Gator Raw.
I am more. Hey, both of you, hey. We got a thing to do here. Come on now. Neither one of you got the question right, so neither one of you can talk shit.
Fuck you too, Desmond, and your fucking street song.
All right. He does have a bit of a point there. So Desmond, Desmond, if you're up, ask the next question.
Absolutely. With which company did Ric Flair win his first world title? NWA.
I'm gonna have to go with fuck. If I remember correctly, I was getting a blowjob from Gator's mom at the time, so I'd have to say NWA.
You know what, you little bastard. You know what? You can go screw yourself with a wooden dildo, alright? And I hope you do later tonight with your damn freaking Ryback puppet talking about butterfly kisses. Well, you can butterfly kiss my ass.
Don't tempt me with a good time, boy.
Okay.
Fuck.
Alrighty, so Kevin, what's your answer?
They both answered NWA, and they are both correct. 1-1.
Alrighty.
Done.
Okay. The score is now tied at 1 apiece. So I'm going to have to make this a little bit more. So now to break this tie and make sure this doesn't become a pattern, I'll make this very challenging. This is going to be the toughest question, one of the toughest questions you guys are going to be asked today. All right. In the history...
You mean like Kevin Dunn, toughest question was to wake up this morning and go be an asshole?
Something like that.
Hard. That wasn't hard.
And my toughest question this morning was which blonde to call later this evening.
The hardest question was like, do I stand in like the Walmart line or the Stable Lot line? I know it's kind of hard, it's kind of back and forth, but Big Lots is kind of good too. From what I heard from y'all.
His hardest question was which puppet do I have fucking in the ass later this evening?
Oh, that's funny. That's kind of easy. I have a wheel for that. Done.
All right.
I got a roulette wheel.
All right. Here we go. We got the next question here. In the history of the Royal Rumble, there have been multiple winners. Out of all of them, there are only 5 wrestlers, 5 that have actually won the Royal Rumble twice. Name those 5 wrestlers.
Son of a bitch. Hold on. Do we get points if we get at least one of them right?
If you get at least one right and the other guy doesn't get any right, I may give you the points, but...
Okay. Stone Cold. Okay, I got this. Stone Cold, The Undertaker, Batista, Roman Reigns, Triple H.
Okay. Kevin Dunn, what are yours?
Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Brown. I said Stone Cold Steve Austin like you did, jackass. The Rock,
Still wrong.
yeah. And let's see what else we got here. Whoever won it multiple times.
No, I said who won it. I said who won it twice.
Oh, that's easy.
He don't listen. He's a dumbass. He don't listen.
Done. I'm going to go Shawn Michaels. I'm going to have to go The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin. We're going to have to go with The Edge. And I'll go. And Hulk Hogan.
Okay, well, a lot of you guys have answered, and most of them, first of all, Stone Cold Steve Austin won the Royal Rumble 3 times. So he's exempt from this. He didn't win it twice. He won it 3 times.
Bullshit.
So Stone Cold didn't count.
I protest. Formal protest.
Okay. Now,
Okay.
I'm gonna say, let me see. We had, okay. Let me see. I'm trying to remember everything that you said. So, if this is a Stone Cold, who else did you say, Gator?
I had The Undertaker, I had Shawn Michaels, Roman Reigns, and Batista.
Okay, so we had, let's see, we had HBK, Taker, Austin, Reigns, and Batista. So we got that right there. And Kevin, who were yours?
I had HBK, Stone Cold Steve Austin. I believe I had Hulk Hogan,
Yes.
and he never won it.
And you have the, and I believe you also said The Rock.
Oh, The Rock never also won a Rumble.
And can you all? And who was the fifth guy?
His mom. I never picked one. I was gonna pick. I'll go with Taker.
Taker. All right.
His mom.
All right. Well, here's the thing: the 5 wrestlers that have won the Royal Rumble twice are Hulk Hogan,
Motherfucker.
Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Batista.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, I did. I got 2, bitch.
No, he didn't.
I got 3.
No, you said Roman Reigns. Gator, you never said
Triple H.
Triple H.
I got 2.
You both got 2. Because you both said Shawn Michaels, Hulk Hogan is 1, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Batista, John Cena.
Motherfucker.
And
That's
yet,
right.
Gator, just so you know, The Rock did win the Royal Rumble in 2000. So you were wrong on that too. But he only won it one time. So, and Taker only won it one time. So there we have. So we're tied. We're gonna get tied at 2-2 apiece. So Desmond, you're next.
Question 3. All right. For my next question, what was WWE's first pay-per-view? Bad Blood. In your house. In your house. Gator?
In your house, Bad Blood specifically, because here's the thing.
All right. You're both saying Listen to me. You're both saying in your house, correct? Right. Okay. You are both wrong.
Motherfucker.
The answer is the Wrestling Classic, 1985. Oh. The rest, all of what would have been pay-per-views before that were on closed-circuit TV, not pay-per-view.
There you go.
There you go. There you go.
Yes. All right.
Well done.
Will you stop singing? Dear God. I don't know how to sing somebody done ripped your damn vocal cords out. You're sitting there saying, dun, 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 dun. Will you just shut up?
Dun, 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 dun.
You know what? I'm fixing to reach through this phone. And rip your damn vocal cords out if you smell what the Gator's cooking.
Well, I ain't smell what the Gator's cooking. It's your mom's vagina.
Oh. No, I don't.
So good. So good.
That ain't my stuff.
I got that Gator tail, y'all.
All
Yeah, I
right.
know what to play out.
Okay. All right, gentlemen. We are tied at 2-2 apiece. I've got the next one here. All right. What former WWE superstar drove a WWF sponsored car on the NASCAR circuit?
Bob Holly. Medusa.
All right.
No, NASCAR.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. All righty. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Dunn is correct. It was Hardcore Holly. There we go.
Next question.
All right, the score is now 3. The score is now 3-2 in favor of Kevin Dunn. We still got plenty more questions to go. for as long as y'all can be on the line. So on that note, Desmond, proceed.
My next question is, who were the participants in WWE's first ladder match?
Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart. Is it strictly WWE?
I did say WWE's first ladder match.
Look, I got that. Fuck off. Well, that was the one match. That was the other match. Not one of the participants, by the way. She was a participant in the ladder to Gator's love match last night we had. I'm gonna have to go with that Shawn Michaels match, unfortunately. So, yeah, I'm going to say him.
You were both correct. I actually expected your dumbasses to say Razor Ramon.
Nope. That was after.
Yeah, the ladder. Bret Hart wanted the ladder match to be in there, so they did it as a test match between the two of them, and then they made
like a house show.
Razor Ramon. Correct. So you are both correct. Kevin Dunn is still up by 1 point.
Yes. All right. So the score is now 4-3 in favor of Kevin Dunn. This next question
Done.
I got right here is all righty. Now, what was the score at the end of the Shawn Michaels Bret Hart Iron Man match at WrestleMania 12?
0-0.
Who's that?
0-0 win the sudden death. You said at the end of the match. Well, at the end of regulation, it was 0-0 until it went into sudden death, and Shawn Michaels picked it up in sudden death.
Okay.
I'm dunning. I'm going to go 5-4. Hey, what the
Okay. Gator Ricky Ross wins the question. It was 0-0, and then they went into overtime where Shawn Michaels got the one fall and finally became the WWE champion. As of right now, the score is now tied 4-4. And Desmond, go ahead. You're next.
Now, this next question is once again a multiple answer question, just like with his Royal Rumble question earlier. What two WWE superstars have had the most tag partners to win the championships with? Now, this is not who has won the most tag team championships, but who has won the most championships with different partners.
Okay, Billy Gunn, and give me a second, I'm thinking. I'm going Billy Gunn. I'm going to go Billy Gunn. I'm going to go Kane, X-Pac.
Against a whole bunch of them. You get two.
There's Billy Gunn and Kane. It's got to be Billy Gunn and Kane. I'm going to go Kane and Muhammad again. It's not an answer. I'm going to go with The Rock. No, I'm going to go with Kane and Dunning. What is the other one? Kane. What about Kane and Kane? No, that's not a good one. I like to go Kane and Gatoring. I want to go with shit. I can't even say Billy Gunn. Fuck it.
We're both going at Kane and Billy Gunn. You both got Kane correct. The other answer is Edge. They both had 6 different World Tag Team Championship partners.
Hang on. I don't think that's right.
It is right. I've done the research.
I don't think it is because Billy Gunn had 7. Bart Gunn.
Not in the WWE.
Damn it. Yeah, maybe you can put it in. Why don't you try using I see what Billy's doing over there.
He is simply just going on his computer and typing in the answer for it and not doing it. I'm like walking in the forest right now, and here's the thing. Hey, Mr. Dunn, who probably came up with the Chucky Billy angle and wanted them two fellers to get married and you gay bastard. You know what? Go suck a dick. Okay, thank you. All right, I mean, whatever. I'm sorry, I should have said that because I should probably go do it. It's not Tuesday yet. It's not Tuesday yet.
All right. Okay. Well. All right. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we got the next question here. This one you might be able to get it quickly. You might not, but we'll see. When locking in a submission hold, how long can you keep a move on a person if they're holding onto the ropes before you get disqualified?
5 seconds. Well, you can hold on to the move for 4 seconds before you're disqualified at 5 seconds. Well, no shit. That's what I meant. What's the question again? What's the question again? One more time. How long could you hold on to it before you get disqualified?
How long can you keep a move on if the person is holding the rope before you get disqualified?
Oh, I was right then. He said 5 seconds. I put 4. But no, hold on a minute. Because that's bullshit. And you know it. This is the question, Vinny. Are you talking about when do you get disqualified? At what count do you get disqualified? Or are you talking about how long can you actually hold it? That does change the nature of the question. It does.
I said, how long can you keep... The question is, how long can you keep a move on if the person's holding the rope before you get disqualified?
I was right. No, bullshit, because technically I'm right. Because they can have it on for more than 5 seconds, depending on the nature to the match. He didn't say what kind of match it was. If we're talking in this particular question, that this assumes a normal match. No, not necessarily.
Well, here's the thing. Well, hold on. From the research I've done, technically the answer is 5 seconds. But since Desmond and I both moderate this, you tell me. Desmond, I'll get your second opinion. Who do you think technically got the answer right?
I think technically, how you worded the question, Kevin Dunn is correct. Bullshit. No, bullshit. Everybody just wants to move on. Done. I think because I said because you did say before you get disqualified, how long can you hold it? So technically, you cannot hold it for 5 seconds. Yes, you can technically hold it for 5 seconds. You go back and watch. Or he's dumb hillbilly. Jake, you can't even count the fucking 5. You're an announcer. Fuck you, bitch. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Wow.
Kevin Dunn. Oh, yes, that's my name. Dunn. You stumped it? I'm gonna barbecue your ass in molasses and go punch your mama in the face and fuck her from behind. You with your fucking nursery rhymes. Why don't you go write some nursery books? Because how you fucking have you're all fucking talk and you're stupid as fuck. And just deal with it. It's fun writing a book called Dunning. You need to Ricky Ross's ass.
Okay. All righty. All right. I'm gonna put that. This is interesting. So, of course, according to Desmond, Kevin Dunn is right. According to the answer I got online says Gator's right, but Desmond's saying that Kevin is right. I'm going to do this. If there's anybody tuning in live right now, call in at 347-838-8433. Feel free to tell us.
No. Don't piss me off. Don't cut you out. Nope. No, I'm going to sit there and wait for some stupid fan to come out there and fucking talk. You play the games. You watch it. They count to 5. They always break out at 4. Like, hold on. They want to get disqualified. Because this is why we only got 2 referees. We got 2. See, this is the bullshit that happens at the Royal Rumble. You know, you end up great and we end up fucking covered here, so you can't listen to the fucking question. I fucking listened to it. I went down to the seat. I had to the right fucking answer. Hey, Vinny, you know what's going on. And then they ring who has wrestled a match. The referee actually doesn't almost break it until you're on 6. By the time he hits 5, technically, you don't break at 5. Before he hits 5, I'll tell you what, Up for G is 6, get a real life 4. Get right, hillbilly. But you live in your depends on how the question works. But anywho.
All right. I'm putting that.
My goddamn point. just give me my goddamn point right now. I'm done with this shit because I fucking got the answer correct.
Give us both the point.
No, fuck you. You didn't answer that fucking point. No, you did not. You did not listen to the fucking answer.
No,
you didn't listen to the question. No, you got it fucking wrong. Just fucking deal with the Ricky wrong.
No,
you
got it fucking wrong. You didn't listen enough. You didn't do the damn thing the way you should have done it. You got it wrong.
No.
You got it wrong.
You fucked up and you can't talk your way out of this. You can't nursery rhyme your ass out of this fucking question. I answered the question correctly to a fucking T. Everybody who knows wrestling knows I'm fucking right. You guys can hate me. You guys can hate me all fucking day. But that question, I answered correctly. Amen, brother.
You know what? I'm a man. Look, I'm a man of integrity and honesty. Give him the fucking point. Let's move on.
All righty.
Done.
All right. So Kevin Dunn is leading 6-5 right now. We are, I believe, we're down to the last question because I'm all questioned out. So we're gonna go to Desmond. This will be the deciding factor. The rules are simple. Kevin Dunn gets the question right, he wins. Gator gets it right, we'll move on to a special tiebreaker. If neither one of them gets it right, then of course Kevin Dunn will be the winner of the Battle of the Shits. On that note, Desmond, give us the final question.
What was WWE's first licensed video game?
WWE WrestleFest on the arcade.
WWE WrestleMania on NES.
It was originally WrestleFest on the arcade, buddy.
First WWE licensed video game was WWF WrestleMania in 1989 on the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Desmond, did he get it right?
Up inside.
90 seconds.
Got it correct.
Oh, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. With a score of 7-5,
back to the trailer, hillbilly.
the executive producer.
I licensed that game.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm about to license this footy, your damn ass.
Hold on.
Yeah, you and your fucking nursery rhyme thing shit.
It should be a damn time because your stupid ass was sitting here talking shit about the damn 5-count rule, which you didn't even come up with the 5-count rule.
60 seconds.
Go choke on a dildo. Go fuck yourself.
Hold on.
Back to the trailer, hillbilly. Back to the drawing board. Go fuck your cousin. Go fuck your sister. Go fuck everybody, your whole household, because Dunn is the champion. And that's right. He's like a big fat dick, buddy.
Not yet, so I ain't gonna do that.
All right,
Oh.
ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Let me, guys. We got a little bit of time left. I got to do the proper thing. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the Battle of the Shits, Kevin Dunn. Now you can keep arguing.
I'd like to thank the Academy. I'd like to thank Ryan Beck for Midnight Kisses. All the puppets who support me every night. I'd like to thank myself, of course, because fucking stunning, right? And
No, just dear God, Jesus, can we get him off the phone, please?
Yes.
I'll do you a favor. I'll be leaving soon, but get Ricky Ross. You're supposed to be voice of all the wrestlers out there, and you failed.
You know what?
You just got done.
This battle of the shit was stupid. Okay, this was stupid. I don't think you would be man enough if I come down there to Georgia and we get into Vinny's backyard and we put on some gloves and you and I get to going.
I live in Connecticut. I sleep on, I told you before, millions of dollars. They're on my bed. I lay around and I sleep around.
You know what? Then let's do this. You got millions of dollars, so let's do this. The pre-show at damn Extreme Rules. Let's get us to Hell in a Cell out there. Let's put us in there and let me rip your ass apart.
Let me tell you something about rich people. You'll never understand.
Yeah, let me tell you something about rich people.
There's one thing. There's something about me that's very frugal and true. I would take my money. I would sit there and throw away money on peasants like you. You fucking Walmart, fucking nursery rhyme, this. You just lost. And it makes me feel better as a fucking man. So you know what, though? On this end, I'd like to thank Puppet H. All my fans that support me out there. There's like dozens, literally dozens of us out there. And you can have yourself a day. Go fuck up. Have a great day. And thanks for still, you know what, you're a damn pussy. Because if you had any goddamn sense, you would get your ass in the damn Hell in a Cell. And you know what, fuck the Hell in a Cell. Let's do it the way I do it when I had my first ever match in wrestling. Let's do it the Gator way. You know what, if you got any balls, Mr. Dunn, you know what, let's even do it different. Let's do it the way that Mr. Bucci says we should sell things. You put a bra on, I'll put a bra on, we'll wrap the hands up, and I'll bust that bra off your ass quicker than you could have said bye-bye.
Well, that is a genius idea, Gator, but I should let you know, Kevin Dunn's already hung up.
This ain't over. This is bullshit. This ain't over.
All right. Well, at some point, we'll do another. If you're interested, Gator, we will do another. We'll have a Battle of the Shits Part 2 at a later date if that's something you want to do. If Kevin Dunn's up for it.
You know what? We don't even need to call it the Battle of the Shit. Because it's going to be the battle of me whipping his ass, okay? We got to have Part 2. We need Battle of the Shits number 2 at Bucci. I'm telling you, we need to take care of this because this is not over. This is bullshit. And you know what? I shouldn't have listened to each and every one of them damn fans out there that were like, Gator, you're going to win. You know what? All the old fans, you fucking screwed me over. You some bitch fans. You stupid ass piece of shit fans. You like my heel turn?
Yeah, I'm impressed. By all means, keep going.
Oh, I'm going. Oh, you want me to go on heel turn? Fine. You know what? All you stupid fans out there who are a bunch of inbred, moronic idiots who probably root for sucky football teams like the Panthers and everything. You know what? I shouldn't listen to any of y'all. You told me, hey, Gator, you're going to win. You're going to win. What happened? I got beat because I had the support of you idiots. I did. I had the support of you morons, and y'all were like, oh, Gator's going to win. You know what? I had no support. What happened to the fans calling in when I needed y'all off that damn technicality question? None of y'all called in, did you? Did you call in? No, you didn't call in. You didn't call in now when I needed your help. You stupid-ass moronic fans. Hope y'all go die in a fire somewhere.
Wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, bold words from Gator Ricky Ross.
Stupid ass fan.
Yes, he's not a happy camper. And although Gator, I know obviously you're upset. We will be having a Battle of the Shits Part 2. But while we have you on the line, I do want to thank you. I still want to thank you for taking time out to call in, be a part of this. It's always a joy to have you on. And not to worry, we will have a Part 2 Battle of the Shits. I don't know when it's going to happen, but at a later date, we will make that happen.
Mr. Bucci, let me tell you something. All them fans out there, go die in the ditch covered in gasoline and set yourself on fire. I'm pissed off. All you stupid idiot fans said you had my back, and yet now one of y'all have my damn back. You think I darn heel?
Yep. I think it's working. I like the fact that you're using the fact that nobody called in on the technicality.
Bullshit, motherfucking fans, and then Desmond, this idiot over here who got all his music, and I actually like his song about heading home, because that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna head home, and I'm gonna regroup, and I'm gonna get my shit together, because it's all about me, okay? It's all about me, and these idiots out there ain't helping me work the shit. So I'm gonna go back to the Gator pit, and I'm gonna figure some shit out. And when I come back up here, I'm gonna take that Kevin Dunn motherfucker, and I'm gonna beat his ass. And I'm gonna do it the right way, without any fans' help. So, another thing I want to say, Desmond, I want to use your song as my new entrance music. I'm just going to say that now. I have no problem with you using my music as your entrance music. I find that be an honor. Anytime, you just make sure on your fan page you have a link to my shit. Well, we can do that. That ain't a big deal. I think I just friended you on the book page, so if you like me on the book page and send me the song. What's the name of the song again?
New Hometown.
New Hometown. I like it. I like it. And the next time we have the damn Battle of Shits Part 2, y'all better play my new damn theme song, because I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna beat his ass. You know, he got done. I need some cool shit. I need some cool shit, Vinny. I need some cool shit.
All right. Well, we'll make it happen. We still got the song.
All right. All these dumbass fans go die in a fire. Gator out.
All righty. All right, and that, ladies and gentlemen, was Gator Ricky Ross. That was the Battle of the Shits, and I'm happy to announce we actually got the full battle out before we went into overtime. So everybody tuning in live got to see the full Battle of the Shits. Those of us listening in the archives right now got to hear all the trash talking and the apparent heel turn from Gator Ricky Ross. And I, for one, think I thought I had a blast doing the Battle of the Shits. I like the fact that we were able to break the tie. We had some controversy. I don't know about you, Desmond, but that was probably one of the I think it's one of the craziest things we've done thus far.
That was interesting. I mean, I think that ranked right up there with Confessions of Father Truman, I'm saying.
Oh yeah, this was definitely is definitely crazier than Father Truman. We'll put that right up there with that, ladies and gentlemen. One more time, I want to thank everybody for tuning in for the hell of a show we had, the Battle of Shits. I want to congratulate Kevin Dunn. Those are words I never thought I'd say. Congratulate Kevin Dunn. The score is 7-5. He has won the Battle of the Shits. There will be a part 2. I can't give an exact day when it's going to happen yet. All I know is if you stay tuned to the BOOCHCAST, we will let you guys know. I'm sure Gator will be making multiple calls in the meantime. We'll be making multiple calls in the meantime. And Desmond was saying before about Gator having a link to his page. So I'll say one more time. Make sure you go to facebook.com/Desmond Dagenhart, DesmondDagenhart, to look up, hit the like button, follow the Facebook page, follow the Music in Progress. And Desmond, I believe you said you have some videos that are going to be coming up soon.
I honestly don't know if I've got any new ones up, new ones that I've recorded yet, but I've definitely got a lot of songs I want to record. And I'm thinking I'm gonna record 2 or 3 of them tonight. Maybe one. And there will be songs up in the next couple days on my Facebook page. And once again, that is www.facebook.com/Desmond Dagenhart. That is DesmondDagenhart. Check me out, like me, friend me. I don't care. If you like the music, send me a request. Tell me you like it. I always respond to my messages on my Facebook page. I've got very good, I love doing requests. Sometimes it takes me a little bit longer to learn a song if I need to, but I will get a request up there. I promise.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good to me, ladies and gentlemen. And and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Desmond, you're calling in tomorrow?
I don't see why not, and I should have some actual news tomorrow. But I don't want to do anything yet. But I should have some news tomorrow about some of my own going on, and I'll let you know as soon as I know something.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will wrap up this episode of the BOOCHCAST for today. I want to thank everybody so much for tuning in live. I want to thank everybody listening in the archives. One more time, I want to thank Desmond for being a great co-host and having fantastic questions. I want to thank Gator Ricky Ross and Kevin Dunn for calling in. One more time, congratulations to the executive producer of television for WWE, Kevin Dunn, for winning Battle of the Shits, or he would say Dunning. So, We'll be back tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. West Coast time with another fun-filled, action-packed episode of the BOOCHCAST. We'll be recapping Monday Night Raw, tonight's Raw, which will be the go-home edition before Extreme Rules this Sunday. Also, we will be talking about the news that Desmond is bringing to the table. So I'm excited for tomorrow. I hope you guys are too. Until next time, this is Vinny Bucci, a.k.a. The Booch from Daytime Fighting League, which will air Thursdays at 5 p.m. on AdultSwim.com, saying, keep on living life and take care. This has been the BOOCHCAST. We'll chat with you guys tomorrow right here on Blog Talk Radio and YouTube.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.